Hello there, it's been a while since last update on the Animal Awareness Action channel, and this is because about a couple of months back we had one of the hard disk that has all the videos that I shot crash, and in order for us to like reclaim all the videos and footage that we took, it was a lot of money, and it took me a while to get that money so I can reclaim the files. So some of the videos you're going to watch over the next couple of videos are going to be a little bit dated, but only because we shot them about a year something back. And then the hard disk crashed, and then it took some time for me to get some money to get the hard disk going again. But I managed to do that. We have the footage again. Why am I showing a footage from a year ago? Simply because I think some of the information is quite vital, quite important, and also it's kind of nice because it was, well, I thought it was very nicely shot. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy this video and the ones that will come after this. Right, so welcome to the Animal Awareness Action video. Um, Today we're gonna talk to like three very pretty ladies who are doing a lot of great stuff when it comes to animal awareness. But you know, why should I say any more when they can?
Hi, my name is Nicole. I'm an actor, director, and I also work in fitness, but I also rescue animals and fight for justice for the animals in this country, at least. Yeah.
Where do you feed?
I feed around my area, which I will not disclose.
How about you, Sid?
I'm Susan. I'm a senior content writer at Respond.io, and I foster animals. I have rescued some. I have 4 dogs and 3 cats of my own. I'm currently fostering 2 cats and also fostering a mother dog and 6 puppies at my neighbor's house down the street.
Ida?
Hi, I'm Ida Mariana. I am Ida Mariana. I am, I guess I'm a performer, singer, actor, but more importantly for this channel, I guess I am a helper to the frontline animal rescuers, but I also have a dog and 4 cats, all of them rescued, but I don't know, actually 1 dog in my house, another dog under my care still. So I don't know if that answers any questions.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I got sick and tired of waiting for other people to do things, so I decided to do things myself.
I mean, I've always loved animals, and I started volunteering at Paws. I mean, I know that's sort of a bad name, but I was volunteering there for about a year. One of my dogs was dumped there as a newborn, and I bottle fed him. And then after that, I mean, like, you can't go anywhere without seeing the state of animals in this country. It's horrible. I mean, like, even on my street, I've rescued a few without even looking for them. And so I just want to do whatever I can to help.
Yeah.
I think I've been doing this ever since I was a little girl. I'm sure all of us have. And you know, bringing in stray cats, bringing in whatever I find home. But only recently, since I rescued 4 dogs from Langkawi, did I get involved with sort of the KL rescue community, and then now I try to do some back end work, you know, to sort of support from the back. How I started, Nicole came over to when I rescued the dogs and said, "What do you need?" That's how I started.
The problems we face as rescuers is endless. Yeah, it's endless. because apart from just the rescuing, we have to see with the animal that we are rescuing, what type of rescue does it need, because some animals it's simpler, where you can just go over and just put a leash over their head. Other animals, the ones that have trauma or who have been beaten by other idiots on the streets and already are scared of humans, they might need a trapper cage, they might need nets, or just animals who are not familiar with humans at all, they will just run and hide, right? So it's always a case of first knowing how to rescue, and then after the rescue comes the vet bills and all that we have to fundraise for, because all of us are doing this with our own money most of the time.
Yes,
So-
say that again.
So yeah, so like vet costs and all that has to be fundraised almost all the time, and it's not easy to get, depending on the case as well. We have got cases ranging from 500 ringgit to almost 20,000, literally. Yeah. So we have to fundraise all that money by ourselves with our contacts and our friends, or we go on social media and we try and raise it. And we also try to keep things as transparent as possible, because there are a lot of people out there who use the animals for their own benefit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's the other problem that we face. The ones that are doing the actual work, we have to go against certain scammers and all that out there. And then after the vet bills will come looking for a home for that animal, or if that animal cannot be rehomed, we'll have to find a shelter or somewhere safe. So there's fostering involved, and there's continuous screening of adopters or fosterers that might come along. Searching for fosterers is such a big problem in this country, because I don't know why here nobody wants to foster. They just want to make money more than foster, out of the goodwill of helping the animal community.
I guess 20 years ago you would get people, fosterers who would foster without taking anything. But
Well, that's true.
I mean, I think there's a big difference between fostering and boarding.
Boarding,
yeah.
Because
correct, yeah.
boarding,
Yeah,
I mean, like
Yeah.
if they're doing it as a business, then of course they take money
Sure.
for it. I don't know if there are that many people who would foster just one animal and take money. They just wouldn't do it necessarily.
Yeah.
But they just see it as I mean, if
Is-
it's a boarding house, then they know that rescuers need boarding
Yeah.
or fostering, so they
Yeah.
take them in.
Yeah.
And then individuals just don't want to help, even though they have
There's
huge
less
houses
more
and
now,
huge
is it?
yards.
Is there less people who want to help now?
There's less people who are doing just
Who
fostering.
can help, because
Just
most people are
fostering.
living. Yeah.
A lot
That's
of them
what
are
I'm-
doing the boarding.
Yeah.
So that
So
that is a big struggle that all of us are having, because we are already struggling to raise money for the vet bills and just getting the animal back into shape to be at least rehomable, and then we have to raise money for the boarding as well, when we can actually have a database of fosterers who are doing it voluntarily, because like in overseas and all that, they have databases of fosterers who give their names into the database and say, okay, we can foster this many animals. We can foster 3 cats at a time, or we can foster 2 dogs at a time, and their name is there. So when you need an animal to be fostered, you go through the database and you see which ones suit. You know what I mean? But this country doesn't
But it's
have that.
organized.
Like my mom is in a Facebook group with her local shelter in the U.S. and whenever they post up a cat or dog that needs a fosterer, it gets taken up pretty quickly. Because I mean, like they describe the animal
Yeah.
pretty clearly, and
Yeah.
like if it's short term, long term,
Yeah.
or sometimes like if a fosterer is going away for the weekend or a week, they just ask for another temporary fosterer,
Yeah.
and they'll pretty much always get one.
Yeah.
And like here, where you can wait for months, like post every day for a fosterer and nobody will
Months.
come forward.
More like years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very big problem that all of us independent rescuers especially are having. Even the NGOs who are rescuing also have big problems with fostering and rehoming. So after vet bills, it comes the boarding costs for the dogs that do not get homes. So it's a continuous process, and there's always a dog or a cat or some animal that needs help in this country. Like just even today, just before this interview, we were going through another dog that just got beaten in his area, and we will be facilitating his rescue soon with other rescuers that are helping her. You see what I mean? So it's just never ending.
So what it is that I'm hearing you're saying, Nicole, also is that there's lack of support for the rescuers.
No, there are only a certain number of people who are supporting each other.
Yes. So
So
there's
it's not
like
enough. Not enough to go around. There's so many things that people can do, but there are only a certain number of people who are supporting each other all the time, and we are just running out of fuel. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what's the answer then? What how do you make this better?
Okay. In this country, there is such prejudice and brainwash. So we're talking about animals in general. We're talking, okay, so on one hand we're talking animals in general, monkeys, buaya, what have you, right? Tigers, right? But the ones that the rescuers that we are talking about here, okay, this does not preclude all the other animals, are dogs and cats. And in this country, there is such prejudice and brainwash towards dogs. Especially dogs. And that, you know, it's easier with cats, but there is such brainwash and prejudice towards dogs, and that makes this country hell on earth for them. And then on top of that, not enough government council support because the ones who have been hired to help, or who have been given legal authority to help, are also people who have been brainwashed and prejudiced against dogs. So how do we help this? We got to educate the kids. We got to really go back down to the grassroots. Teach the children that it's, stop this brainwash.
No, but then that has to start from the parents, you see. But the parents have already been brainwashed.
Forget the parents.
Yeah, but government support leads to support in education.
Yeah.
So we do not have the government support.
Correct.
Like
And
the government textbooks are telling kids to write letters to the council
For Anjing
to
Lia.
complain. Yeah.
For Anjing Lia.
Yes. And there is not enough reinterpretation of certain books, okay, to say that if you touch a dog, wash your hands. Sama. Go ahead. Don't hate the animal.
Yeah.
Don't eat the pig. Don't hate the pig. But I mean, it's talking about cleanliness. I mean, we're talking about, not to say reinterpretation, I guess that's a horrible word to be used, but that is the problem. And how to solve it? Education. And I was talking to you guys about it, but India has done it, New Zealand has done it so far, but to give animals the same, you have the Children's Protection Act? Children's something Act. You got the Animal Protection Act, and to give animals the same legal standing as children.
Right.
So if you change the laws enough and give it enough, a bigger fine, a bigger everything, for us to be able to say a killing of a life is murder. Because right now we can't call it murder. We can't take them to court for murder. It's pure murder. So until and unless, we work deeper with the law, then maybe, hopefully in the next, I'm being very, very positive if I say 20 years, but who knows? Maybe less. I don't know. Magic can happen.
Nicole,
What?
anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to work towards that, lah. But that's the other problem we're having. We've gone to the next level of the problem is, in the community, our community is small enough, but we do not have everybody working together enough as well. So we've got different, divisions of groups and rescuers that are working together instead of that are working independently instead of coming together as one and helping each other.
Suzanne?
And that is also always a big problem, lah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, all the groups can't really get along with each other. Like, if one group is going to one thing, then everybody from the other group isn't going to come. And it's just like, I mean, they're all working towards the same goal, but they're just not going to talk to each other for whatever reason, and then the animals suffer because of it.
Yeah.
So that's why we prefer to be independent, so we can just focus on the animals, because we don't want to focus on human ego.
Yeah. Unfortunately.